The leaked emails from Jeffrey Epstein's private correspondence reveal a disturbing picture that connects directly to Donald Trump, and what we've uncovered exposes the real nature of their relationship. Bloomberg's acquisition of tens of thousands of emails from Epstein's digital archives has opened a window into a world of calculated transactions, strategic relationships, and carefully orchestrated silence. These are not random communications or casual exchanges. These emails represent a systematic operation where money, influence, and power intersected in ways that protected predators and silenced victims. Among these digital records, Trump's name appears in contexts that demolish the narrative he has constructed about his relationship with Epstein. The most revealing aspect of these communications is how they document the actual reason Trump distanced himself from Epstein. For years, Trump has claimed he cut ties because he discovered Epstein was involved in inappropriate activities with minors. The emails tell a different story entirely. The rupture between these two men had nothing to do with moral awakening or disgust at criminal behavior. It was about money. Specifically, it was about a $41 million property dispute in Palm Beach. Maxwell's emails referenced this deal extensively, documenting the participants and making clear that this financial conflict was the catalyst for the end of their friendship. One email from August 2007 between Maxwell and Epstein mentions prosecutors approaching Trump about documents related to West Palm Beach real estate dealings. The correspondence shows Trump as a rival bidder for a mansion that Epstein ultimately wanted to acquire. This property dispute reveals something more troubling than just greed. It demonstrates that Trump was close enough to Epstein's operations to be involved in significant financial transactions. The emails show that even after their falling out over this real estate deal, Trump remained silent about what he knew of Epstein's activities. Under legal principles, this silence, while knowing or having reason to know about criminal activity, constitutes willful blindness. The email evidence also exposes the systematic nature of what prosecutors have called a trafficking operation. Maxwell's correspondence reveals her central role in organizing payments to victims and managing what investigators describe as a carefully tracked system of financial transactions. Her own accountant prepared spreadsheets documenting every gift, every transfer, every payment. The total tracked in these records exceeds $1.88 million in gifts alone. These spreadsheets read like an inventory of human exploitation. $200 for a Victoria's Secret purchase for a victim, $1,200 for massage classes, $10,000 for a Rolex, $25,000 wire transfers to women listed simultaneously as assistants and victims. The emails show purchases of school uniforms, costumes, and items that prosecutors would later describe as props in a systematic abuse operation. But the financial tracking went beyond victim payments. The emails document money flowing to powerful men, payments designed to maintain loyalty and ensure silence. This was not random generosity or casual gift-giving. These were strategic investments in a network of protection that reached into the highest levels of government, business, and society. Maxwell's role, as documented in these emails, contradicts every aspect of her legal defense. She told investigators she had no involvement in Epstein's transactions with victims or his relationships with powerful men. The emails prove this was perjury. They show her fingerprints on every aspect of the operation. She was opening bank accounts, directing payments, coordinating gifts, and managing relationships that would later be exposed as criminal enterprises. The correspondence also reveals Maxwell's personal investment in protecting Epstein. Emails show her professing love for him while he served his minimal sentence following the 2008 sweetheart deal negotiated by Alan Dershowitz. She wrote about missing him and planning for their future together, including discussions about fertility treatments to have his child. This was not a woman manipulated or coerced into participation. This was someone who helped design and operate the system. Dershowitz himself appears in these communications in ways that raise serious questions about his role. The Harvard lawyer who secured Epstein's 2008 non-prosecution agreement continued defending Maxwell publicly even after her conviction. He appeared on Fox News and Newsmax claiming she was a victim too, but these emails show a different relationship. They document financial benefits flowing from Epstein to Dershowitz, including the gift of a luxury vehicle that Dershowitz has never adequately explained. The birthday album referenced in these emails represents perhaps the most disturbing evidence of how open this operation was among Epstein's circle. This document contained 237 pages with over 500 entries. The emails reference purchasing items that would later appear in this collection: school uniforms, costumes, and other materials that prosecutors described as evidence of systematic exploitation. What makes this particularly relevant to Trump is that the emails document his presence at events where this material was being created. The correspondence shows Trump among friends and associates who were photographed with victims. The emails reference gatherings at Epstein's Palm Beach residence, where many of the activities later documented in legal proceedings allegedly took place. The timing of these emails is crucial to understanding Trump's later actions as president. When his Department of Justice under Attorney General William Barr handled the Epstein case in 2019, the decisions made protected many powerful figures from exposure. Barr removed prosecutors from the case, limited the scope of investigations, and ensured that the so-called client list remained sealed. After Epstein's death in federal custody, Maxwell became the primary person who could reveal the full extent of the network documented in these emails. Trump's public statement that he wished her well while she was in jail takes on new meaning when viewed alongside these communications. He needed her to remain silent about what she knew, including what these emails revealed about his own involvement. The pattern that emerges from these communications is one of systematic protection. The emails show how money was used to buy silence from victims. They document how payments were made to maintain loyalty from powerful men. They reveal how the legal system was manipulated to minimize consequences for the network's key figures. Trump's role in the system, as documented in these emails, goes beyond simple friendship with Epstein. The correspondence shows financial entanglements, shared social circles, and proximity to activities that prosecutors would later describe as criminal enterprises. Most importantly, they document that Trump's separation from Epstein was motivated by financial conflict, not moral objection. The recent congressional hearing where FBI Director Patel was questioned about these materials reveals the ongoing effort to keep crucial evidence hidden. When asked directly whether Trump appears on Epstein's client list, Patel refused to give a clear answer. When questioned about photographs that journalist Michael Wolff claims Epstein showed him featuring Trump with young women, Patel's responses raised more questions than they answered. The emails also shed light on why certain evidence has remained classified or been released in limited form. Video surveillance from the Metropolitan Correctional Center where Epstein died has been edited and manipulated. The Department of Justice initially claimed to release raw footage, but metadata analysis revealed the material had been processed through video editing software and saved multiple times before release. What these emails ultimately reveal is that the Epstein network was not the work of one man. It was a systematic operation involving multiple participants, extensive financial resources, and connections that reached into the highest levels of American power. The emails document how the system functioned, who participated, and most importantly, how it was protected. The pattern of protection continues today. Despite having access to these communications, law enforcement agencies have not pursued the logical investigative steps that the evidence suggests. They have not subpoenaed all materials from Epstein's estate. They have not interviewed all witnesses who claim to have relevant information. They have not released the complete client list that multiple officials have confirmed exists. The emails represent more than historical evidence of past crimes. They document an ongoing cover-up that continues to protect powerful figures from accountability. Every day that passes without full disclosure is another day that victims are denied justice, and the public is denied the truth about how systems of power protect predators. The significance of these communications extends beyond any single individual or political figure. They reveal how wealth and influence can be used to create systems of exploitation that operate with impunity. They show how legal institutions can be manipulated to protect the powerful while abandoning the vulnerable. But they also represent hope. The fact that these emails have been leaked and analyzed means that the truth cannot be permanently buried. Each revelation builds pressure for greater transparency and accountability. Each document that surfaces makes it harder to maintain the fiction that these were isolated incidents involving disconnected individuals. The network documented in these emails operated on the principle that silence could be bought and maintained indefinitely. The ongoing release of this material proves that principle wrong. Truth has a way of surfacing, especially when investigators and journalists refuse to accept official narratives that contradict available evidence. These emails are not the end of the story. They are evidence that a complete accounting of this network remains possible if enough pressure is applied to those who control access to the remaining evidence. The client list exists. Additional photographs and documents remain in various hands. Witnesses with crucial information have not been interviewed under oath. The choice now is whether society will demand complete transparency or allow the partial revelations to satisfy public curiosity while leaving the full truth buried. The emails show us what systematic accountability looks like when victims are considered disposable and powerful men believe they are untouchable. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Wait for us.